Hi, and welcome to my video. Today I'm going to be talking to you about a socially constructed term that is enforced upon a group of people, and that's called disability. And I want to focus on the ability of these groups. First, to start it off, let's talk about what is it and what is disability, and what does it mean to you. To start this off, let's start with getting rid of all those predetermined socially constructed norms that are in your head and start off with a brand new clean slate. So, the reason disability has even been accepted is because it's been socially constructed. So we have disabled and we have non-disabled people. So disabled, they have been labeled as retarded and useless, and those were terms that we used to think were regarded as okay, but now we know they are not. But non-disabled, they're all these positive words, being like able-bodied and whole. So leads us to the question, why are we segregating people? And who is deciding what we get to be? So going off of who determines the norm, let's say they determine us to be circles, and that is the norm. But if you look at our group of what is the norm, you'll notice that we are all truly different shapes and no one's a true circle. So are these all the same? No, they're not. And that's something we have to come to realize. So here is the perfect ideal socially constructed norm of all these circles that they want to achieve. But you look at somebody with a disability, they're a triangle, and these just aren't the same. So we're taught that circles and triangles, that they just don't match. And so ultimately, it's not okay to be a triangle. So we begin to realize that everybody are different shapes and that nobody's exactly the same. And this makes us question the societal norms, and instead, we realize that we're all just humans. With the deconstruction of the societal norms, we come to realize that we are all just under one entity. But within that, we can realize that everybody has differing abilities. For example, so let's look at the analogy of a wheelbarrow. So, as you can see here, the circle is too small, and so we cannot push the wheelbarrow and it becomes useless. But if you use that same small circle to use it as a pizza cutter, you'll find that it's actually empowered and that it can indeed be used for something. And that is the idea behind empowering and looking at people's ability and their strength. So that gives us an idea. We should have thought of this all along. Why don't we completely get rid of the socially constructed norms? Let's say no to it. And instead, let's introduce something else. Let's just look at ability. So that gets people thinking. What if we added varying abilities and strength together? What would that give us? Well, that would look at something called the strength model, and we'll talk about that in just a second. And clearly my strength isn't drawing muscles. So the strength model, well, we want to identify strengths. So this could be by testing or by personal preference. Then we want to develop these strengths by giving everyone equal, positive, and meaningful experiences. And these equal opportunities give them a bigger chance for successful development. And this leads to positive views and expectations, which in the past, they were not so positive. Ultimately, we want to focus on the building of trust, building relationships, and ultimately giving them empowerment. We want to give growth, and just give individual abilities and strength a chance to increase. So ultimately, I want to thank you for watching this video and spending your time with me today on learning about ability. I also want you to learn to question the norms and learn what's best for the world. How can we not segregate people any further, and how will you change the world? Start by taking a look at yourself and at your views. By Hayley Lucas, credit and references in the description below, and share and like if you like the video. Thank you.